Personality disorders cluster B. So there are 10 personality disorders, remember, and they are broken down into 3 groups or clusters. I've done cluster A, this is cluster B. So the disorders in this group are characterised by dramatic, erratic and over-emotional thinking and behaviour. Dramatic meaning sudden, striking, substantial, maybe a bit over the top. Erratic meaning unpredictable, inconsistent or changeable. And over emotional, maybe having feelings that are too easily excited or displayed. So too many emotions going on. People in this personality disorders group of the dramatic and erratic are hard not to notice. People with these disorders draw attention to themselves either by extreme seductiveness, hostile aggression, excessive emotionality, shocking violation of rules, self-aggrandizing behaviour, and all of which they exhibit without thinking. Now my personality disorder in this group, there are 4 in total, and I'll read them out to you. So there's antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and narcissistic. So there's 4 in this cluster. There was 3 in the previous one. So I'm going to read them out for you. So antisocial personality disorder, previously called sociopath. So when we've had the term sociopath, well, when we're talking about that, we're actually referring to antisocial personality disorder. People with this disorder persistently disregard the rights, the feelings of others, and the safety of others. They also may persistently lie, steal, or behave aggressively. This personality disorder, it afflicts about 2% of the general population, with men significantly outnumbering women. I'm not sure why, but this is the information I've found in my research. They often have little regard for other people's rights or feelings. They may act with extreme violence and no remorse, and they can exude charm and charisma. And I'm not talking about psychopaths today, but I will be doing a video on that another time. But the one of the traits of talking about sociopathy and psychopathy, we know that they can exude charm and charisma. But psychopathy is not a personality disorder; it's completely separate. But that's why some people get the term sociopath and psychopath mixed up, because there's an element of charm and charisma involved. Typical symptoms of someone with antisocial personality disorder: irresponsible, deceitful, dishonest, impulsive, aggressive, irritable, indifferent and guiltless. People with antisocial personality disorder care more about maintaining their power and image rather than being in close long-term relationships. So they're not going to be really kind of maybe, you know, a close friend of yours. They may act more about trying to keep you happy, and they might, you know, make sure they spend a lot of time and effort with you, and charm and charisma, you know, making sure that they feel that, you know, you're completely with them. At first they may shower you with affection, so if you met someone like this, you may know someone like this, so they may shower with you affection, but after a while you may no longer serve their purpose, so they may leave the relationship, you know, if they're not getting anything from it. I just want to reiterate here, as I have in my other personality disorders videos, that I will be breaking down all 10. I'll be doing 10 videos, one for each personality disorder. I'm just doing this to give you an overview. So the second one in this cluster is borderline personality disorder. And this is something that I have, and I have actually got 31 days of BPD, borderline personality disorder, running at the moment. Please check that out if you have this, if you have BPD or know someone that has BPD. I'm not just doing BPD as a special, like, oh, I'm ignoring all the other personality disorders. I've started with BPD because that's the one that I suffer from, and as this vlog progresses, we'll find out more about those in detail. But I have done a 31 days of BPD for people with BPD. So I'll carry on. Borderline types have problems with self-identity, fear being alone, yet often have volatile relationships. They engage in impulsive or risky behaviour and tend to have unstable moods. I say tend to have, you definitely have unstable moods with borderline personality disorder. 1 to 2% of the population have BPD, and the symptoms are grouped into 4 areas if you have borderline personality disorder. So emotional instability, disturbed patterns of thinking or perception, impulsive behaviour, and intense and unstable relationships. BPD, or borderline personality disorder, I mean, you can call antisocial personality disorder ASPD. So if I say the term PD, I'm talking about personality disorders. So people with BPD can have a serious condition. BPD is a serious condition, and many people with the condition self-harm and attempt suicide. There's a very high rate of suicide with people with BPD. I think it's something like 10%, so it's quite high, but I'll get that statistic sorted in another video. So please check out 31 days for more information on that, and I will go on to the third personality disorder in this cluster, and that is histrionic personality disorder. Histrionic types are highly emotional and constantly seek attention. They tend to be very sensitive to the opinions of others and overly concerned with their physical appearance. Now, when I was researching this, I actually found that I do overlap, I think, with a bit of BPD and a bit of histrionic PD. And I was really intrigued by this, because I'd read that, you know, certain personality disorders can overlap, but I didn't realise how much. So I would say that I probably have part of this personality disorder, but you know, that's not really neither here nor there. So I'm just saying that that you can overlap, but I would say I'm mainly borderline personality disorder with elements of probably histrionic personality disorder, and then the narcissistic, which is coming up afterwards. Histrionic types are, sorry, I've read that bit, highly emotional, yeah, we've said that bit, seek attention and concerned by their physical appearance. About 2% of the population has this PD. And here are some of the characteristics. So we've got uneasiness when they're not receiving attention, excessive emphasis on physical appearance, extremely dramatic or provocative, sexually seductive behaviour, exaggerated show of emotions, speaking style that attempts to impress but maybe lacks substance, feelings of neediness, dependency and hopelessness, shallow and rapidly changing emotions. People with histrionic PD are experts at flattery and flirtation, so maybe elements of that charisma and charm. Again, remember we said at the beginning, people in this category, this cluster with these 4 personality disorders are hard not to notice. So this is, so they will be, you know, may flirt, maybe give you lots of flattery. So people often find them quite interesting to start with, and but over time they can often be self-centered, and shallowness is then revealed. So people may sort of think, oh, they're lovely, and actually maybe not after that. So the final personality disorder in cluster B is narcissistic personality disorder. Just very quickly want to say that if you do overlap, you might not necessarily just overlap in that one cluster, you may overlap with other clusters. Like I say, because personality disorders, there are elements that go across all of them. They are individual, but you can overlap. I've probably said that loads of times now, but I just wanted to say it one more time. Narcissistic types believe that they are superior to others, but still consistently seek approval. They tend to exaggerate their achievements and exhibit a marked lack of empathy. And not having any empathy, I can understand this, I can appreciate that, but it's not their fault. It's, you know, the way their brain is made up, the way their, you know, genetics and environment have shaped them. So I will be doing a video on narcissism, probably even maybe a couple of videos, because it's a term thrown around very, very, very flippantly, and you know, it can be very, very serious. If you're not feeling empathy for people, yeah, it's not a nice place for them or for you. Narcissistic PD afflicts about 1% of the population, so all personality disorders between sort of 1 and 3, so very, very small amount of people that experience these personality disorders. They tend to exaggerate their achievements and exhibit a marked lack of empathy. I've said that, sorry, I'm repeating myself again. Narcissistic PD afflicts... Yeah, I've said that bit. Oh dear, let's try and find where I was, shall we? People with this PD crave attention. They feel unusually self-important and entitled. They feel they need special treatment from everyone else, and they can often come across as very arrogant. So you may maybe notice traits from people that you've met in your life, or things like that, or people in your family, or friends, or something like that. That maybe you can see these elements. And again, personality disorder. This is extreme behaviour. This will have a huge impact on your life, making it very hard for you to maintain a job, maintain relationships, etc. Common characteristics of narcissistic PD include consumed with self-importance, absorbed with their specialness, without empathy, exploitive, competitive, and envious. People with narcissistic PD treat others more like an audience than as real people. They fantasize that they have special talents or achieve great fame and fortune. So that's narcissistic personality disorder. So I'll just recap over that again. So this is cluster B, and the group of disorders in this category are characterised by dramatic and erratic behaviour. People are hard not to notice, and this includes ASPD, as antisocial personality disorder, BPD, borderline personality disorder, HPD, which is histrionic personality disorder, and NPD, which is narcissistic personality disorder. Hope you can join me next time for Cluster C. Take care. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Take care now.